by the way the narcissist jumped onto the next supply with a speed of light, we might have somebody wondering what it is they've done wrong, or what it is different between them and whoever it is that made them jump into the relationship that quick. Alright guys, welcome to Co-Parent Your Narcissist 101. I'm Kate. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for subscribing, and if you haven't subscribed, please do, and don't forget to hit the bell so you know when I upload more videos. With the speed that the narcissist jumped into the relationship, you might find yourself being being obsessed with thinking about the new supply and what it is that they have that made them jump, the narcissist to leave when they discarded you, or you discarded them, and then jump onto the next supply. Of course, you should know by now that the whole time there's always another person in the relationship that while you're with the narcissist. So this new supply might be the one of the supplies, because there's always more than one. This just happens to be the one that they ended up with at that time. So as long as you remember that this isn't about you, it really isn't about us. This is about a flawed human being that needs to con people, that needs to deceive people, that need to put on this fake mask and to deceive people. So the difference between you and the new supply is knowledge. You have the knowledge of who is behind the mask. You have the knowledge of what it is to live with this person. You have the knowledge of actually what this person is. That is the only difference between you and the new supply, is the knowledge. The new supply doesn't have it. Eventually they will, unless they're narcissists themselves. But eventually, just like you did, they will go through the process of the love bomb. The value, discard it, and rinse, repeat. It happens. So, but right now, at this point of you having escaped, or they discarded you and they are bam onto the new supply, the only difference between you and the new supply is the knowledge that you have, that the new supply doesn't have yet. So yes, is normal. You wouldn't be. You're a human being. Of course, you have the thought of why it was so quick for the person that you with, especially if you've been with them for a long time, for them to jump onto the next thing that to you that seems like is the next thing is available. But that's not the case. Most times the new supply has always been there, because how these people, as you learn them now, you know how they live. So it wasn't really. It might be new to you, but it hasn't been for them. And even while you were there in the relationship with them, you have to be the bad one, which is why during the devaluing stage, those people are in the love bomb stage, or they are they put them on the pedestal. So that's you playing the bad guy in there, because they have a good guy on this side. So once they discard you, or you leave them, somebody has to replace that position again. Somebody has to be the bad guy in that whole arrangement. And guess what? That would be the new supply, and then they'll find something else. That's just how it is. So whenever you catch yourself having thoughts about what it is that is special about the new supply, and what is it that they're doing different, narcissist is not doing anything different. They're just with a person is not knowledgeable yet about who they are, unlike you that know who they are. So that is the only difference. There's nothing. They are not prettier, they are not stronger, they have more money, none of that. That's why sometimes when you look and see who they ended up with right after you, you're like night and day. You guys are so different in so many areas of your life, because to these people it doesn't even matter. It's who has not seen behind the mask, who is going to give them the supply. It does not matter what the person look like. That's sometimes the jump from high earning partner to minimum wage person, so, or they go from somebody that is sleeps in the gym and walks out every day, to somebody like a couch potato. Like it doesn't matter to these people. It's supply and who has not seen behind the mask, which you have. So when you catch yourself having thoughts over and over again. Yes, you're a human being. You wonder. I did when I left. I wondered about how quick. How come this person? How did you find this person this quick? Of course, as you learn, like I said, that you all have been 3 or 4 or 5, 7, 10 in the relationship throughout the whole relationship. So when you find yourself or you catch yourself having these thoughts, you remember it has nothing to do with you. This is not about you. This is not about you. The only difference between you and the new supply is the knowledge that you have. And thank God for that. So that way you guarantee and make sure there's no way they will turn around and use you again as a supply. All right, guys. Like, share, subscribe. Of course, get your mind right and everything else will fall into place. Take